the requirements, and now we are going to discuss 9.2, the hand tools and portable power tools. Sometimes we take very light these hand tools. One of the incident I noted, that just the gentleman catch this hammer, and it's directly hit here. Luckily, the eye was safe, but terrible injury. So sometimes we take them, sometimes you punch hammer, and instead of the right corner, you place on your finger or punch that badly. So hand tools and portable power tools need to be taken seriously. So let's see what kind of examples are there. It could include hammer, chisel, or screwdriver, even axe. Okay. But let me repeat again, we take them very light. Our behavior toward these tools, oh, it's nothing. I mean, we know how to use them. But the moment they face the consequence, I hope you remember in one of the company, we create a SOP or kind of procedure or safe instructions, how to staple the papers. Because we noted on different hand fingers, especially for the office boys or the clerical staff, always were in trouble, while punching. They are very in a hurry and having some issues, and the blood is going down, and nobody have an idea what is blood-borne pathogens and how hepatitis B, C, or HIV could be spread because of even those small blood uh, drops actually. Now we have a group exercise. Discuss what accidents can occur with handheld tools and how the tools became damaged. What accidents can occur with handheld tools and how the tools became damaged. So the second point we'll discuss later, but what accidents can occur with handheld tools? Over to you, please. What do you think? What accidents can occur with handheld tools? Any one of you, please.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Fawaz. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hand injury. This is the first incident or accident that's happened because this tool is using by hands.
Absolutely right.
I mean, this is how we need to protect our hand from cutting from the tools. Even first aid. Yeah. So like a grinder or knife or welding machine or any tool.
Even drill machines are there. Plenty of handheld tools.
Yeah. So we need to protect our hand from, and we need to keep our hand from a line of fire.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure you would have specific safety instructions how to use those tools, within your Sadara system. I'm sure nothing would be missed, inshallah. So you can get plenty of data from there. Otherwise, let's see what NEBOSH is talking about. There are several hazards, like tool may be shattered and the handle may come loose. But sometimes the quality of the tool itself. Tool may be blunt, requiring excessive force, and human error, like hit thumb with hammer. Misuse, like a wrong tool for the job, like a kind of a shortcut also. So what are the controls? Make sure the tool is suitable for the task and environment of use. We required proper informations and instructions and training to be delivered, especially the relevant guys. Visual inspection of tools. We have to convince our employees to inspect before they use even handheld tools. Substandard tools repaired or discarded, like homemade tools, should be prohibited, or any substandard tool which they believe is damaged already, they should not use actually. So maintenance of tools and also supervision of practices. And our safety inspectors, sometimes they are also ignoring. They don't focus how many hand tools like plier or different kind of hammer, or especially the maintenance teams or the electrical technicians, or several staff is there, even in the workshops. Like Mr. Fawaz also mentioned, the hand injuries are very common, but But what I mean is our safety technicians or our safety officers, sometimes they also ignore these areas because what they believe is it's a lighter area. So, or maybe not seriously put into our safety checklist also. Now, the high risk because forces are greater. Look at the picture also, meaning potential for every severe injury. Additional hazards present like electricity, petrol, noise, vibration, dust, ejected material could happen, and also trip hazard. I mean, look at the dust. It's not a common dust. It's not like, it's very dangerous dust, I would say, the contaminated one. And if they are doing abrasive blasting, more rusty dust and terribly contaminated. Now, what are the controls? Again, as usual, we discuss the careful selection as per the task and the environment. And make sure you don't ignore instructions from the manufacturer and also in-house rules. Surely you need to provide training, information, and competence. Things look very simple, but the point is either these simple controls are implemented effectively or not. If they are not implemented effectively or these rules are not being followed, definitely the hand injuries or different kind of incidents probability will go up because those controls, these controls have to be there, but nobody's following them, just ignoring sometime. And supervision routinely inspect and repair or disposal of unsafe tool. Now, a requirement for safe practice, especially for portable power tools. Make sure the tools are used within design specification. It's not like the tool is designed for the grinding disc should be there. It's kind of a grinder, but you are using buffing, or on the buffing wheel you are using grinding, disc actually. So as per the design specification, you have to use those tools. Guards and safety devices must be in place, and PPs, of course, have to be used. Power cables must be controlled. Ejected parts controlled, secured work area, control of any noise, dust, vibration, and also safe storage and handling of fuel, petrol, inspection and testing of electrical equipment. Now, in your IG2 risk assessment project, if you put in place the portable power tools as a hazard, and or you selected like few of the hazards, let's take an example like electricity or petrol, noise related to portable power tools, then no harm to go back and see what controls are suggested from NEBOSH, and you can get some vocabulary from there also. It's not like that is why they gave you 24 hours for IG1, and for IG2, of course, plenty of time is there. What I mean is, if in IG1 some hazards are there and they are putting some question, how are you going to control them? What kind of system must be there? Because IG1 to 4 is all about management system. So accordingly, you can get data actually, because these are good vocabulary words and kind of sentences you can easily mention, and even in your own words. So requirements for safe practice, as mentioned earlier already, the tools used within the design specification, guards and safety devices should be in place, PPs used, power cables have to be controlled, ejected parts control, secured work area. Sometimes locally fabricated guards are there, and the design, the way they are placed in, sometimes because of vibration, they are ejecting. And sometimes the design of that fabricated fences or kind of guards, they are having a lot of sharp edges, not grinded well, or the finishing is not good, because fabricator is one of the most busiest gentlemen, several projects they get from different companies or different sites. So you are the one going to make sure that the fabrication, if it is locally fabricated, otherwise should be inbuilt from the manufacturer side. Control of any noise, dust, vibration, safe storage and handling of fuel like petrol, inspection and testing of electrical equipment, inspection and testing. Testing could be internal or could be external. That is why we have plenty of third-party companies to test our several, like even for calibration, we have external calibration. No doubt internal calibration is also there. Same way we have a lot of third-party companies for uh, third-party inspection of our heavy equipments, even lifting gears, even third-party companies for pest control, for fire safety management system or protection system. So make sure you also have inspection and testing of electrical equipment. So that was all about 9.2.